How's it going? Welcome back to a very special video today because we are finally taking a look at Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yes, it is finally delivered to us. Wow, Savior, you're so funny. You should just commit.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And as a mad Welshman who was born and bred in the Welsh hills, surrounded by sheep, I'm pleased to inform you that you can sacrifice those little bleating bastards. And oh, it is so satisfying to skin them and eat them, roast them on a pot.
It looks like meat's back on our menu, boy. No way, God.
So today I'm going to be talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance II and discuss the Kingdom Come Deliverance II reviews and the gaming community, what is the situation around this game. I like to do this before the major release and before I give you my early review tomorrow, because it's a big game and it's important to break down like what the gaming community is thinking about it. And basically in this video series that I do before my reviews, I give you a prediction of what I think the score is going to be, how it's actually shaping up to look like and all that kind of stuff. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you my predicted review for it, but I can basically talk about what I've actually seen and played so far. Also, with the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 review that will be out tomorrow from me, I will be able to talk about a lot of the gameplay as long as I don't go over the embargo limit. Now, I was lucky enough to even play this before some of the codes got sent out when I was at the Tokyo Game Show event. They had a little booth, a very tiny one, I've got to be honest, when you get all these massive, Capcom booths and all that stuff. Obviously, because it was in Japan and not many people know about Kingdom Come Deliverance in Japan, but still, they did have a small booth set up and I was able just to play it. It was so confusing though, because it was all in Japanese, but still, I got to roam around and have a great old time. So I'm gonna talk about some of the gameplay today, but I will also just discuss the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 reviews and what I think this game is shaping up to be. So if you like yearly reviews, deep analytical content and analysis around video games with a philosophical angle to them, and philosophical videos separated as well, I do video essays and game reviews, philosophical stuff on my channel, blending them all together to give you something unique. So become a wise one today and subscribe to the channel. Go down right now and subscribe. That truly would mean absolutely everything to me, because I put everything that I am into this channel. And my co-host just released a video on the first Kingdom Come Deliverance game, which is on my channel, so go check that out. I really want to make this something special this year and this community and get you guys more involved. I'm also going to be doing giveaways with my new partner coming next month, so you will get a chance to get a free game. So subscribe right now if you do want some of that hot stuff. So join the community, because that's what this channel is all about. It's nothing without you guys. I want to analyze and be objective with my reviews as much as possible, so I will tell you if I have a bias. So, just to give you my general impressions of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 so far, what do I think of it? Well, I think that this game is perfect for people who love the first one, which is no surprise. Now, I have a much bigger budget here. Asset-wise, quality-wise, it just looks so much better compared to the first game, animation-wise as well. Also, I'm pleased to announce that the combat has been overhauled. It is still the same system, and I understand how frustrating the combat system is. In the first game, it was very annoying, and it just did not work with more than one enemy at a time. Here, it's a little bit better. They balanced it a little bit better, so enemies just won't gang up on you, and you will be backed up into a corner, and you have this kind of bad lock-on system. It is still janky to a degree, but the animations, the combos that they've added, it just makes it feel much more dynamic. You can get quick kills in now and then, but it is one of those combat systems where it takes a long time to learn. You can't just go in there, starting a fight straight off the bat. You have to learn, build up your skill over time, similar to something like Dragon's Dogma 2. It's not one of those games that you can just jump straight into and have an absolute blast with. You need to, build up your repertoire. Is that a word? I don't know, but I'm going with it. With your combat skills, okay? So, that's what makes it fun. It is a learning experience. I do think it's kind of stupid that they stripped some of the base skills away from the first game, because it's a role-playing experience, and I don't like the fact that you have to build up everything all over again. Some people say that's fine, but it doesn't really make sense in a realistic setting like this. Obviously, you know, Henry as a character has come a long way compared to the first game, but it does almost feel like a soft reset or a soft reboot, but I guess that's for new players. But they haven't actually added anything in for new players to make it more easy. You know, there is no easy access. This game is great for people who love games like Elden Ring, like I said, Dragon's Dogma 2, people who don't like hand-holding, people who want an immersive experience, a role-playing game that respects you and your intelligence, then this game might be for you. But they haven't actually streamlined it whatsoever. So like I said, asset-wise, it is a lot better. You can tell there's a lot more production quality here. And the forests and the woodlands just have never felt more alive in a video game. They truly feel realistic, even if there's nothing exciting when you're exploring them. Usually, you know, you might find something, but it's all grounded within reality, okay? It's not a fantasy game. If you're unaware, it's a completely historically semi-accurate video game set in the Middle Ages, okay? So don't expect to be coming across a dragon. So it is limited with some of the quests because obviously you can't have exciting stuff going on constantly, but it does feel like they are stepping that up this time around. The few quests that I have seen that I can kind of talk about is they are adding some, you know, kind of horror elements into this game, some quest lines where it feels like you're dealing with something supernatural when it turns out maybe it's not supernatural, obviously. The same thing with coming across dangerous animals and just, you know, hunting and everything in this game. It is thrilling to just do basic stuff because everything that you do has impact and weight. Another thing about Kingdom Come Deliverance II, they have redesigned some of the UI. I found the menus so confusing in the first game. It just, you know, the way you opened it up and it would just like jump between the map and your inventory and then trying to get into your skill pages. I don't know, I just felt like it was very convoluted and quite difficult. They have streamlined that, so it makes it easier to figure out where you're going without it directly telling you where you need to go on an actual mini-map, because it's not that type of open world game. It's very much a synthesis of the Ubisoft experience. You know, if you think of Ubisoft game design as the antithesis, then Kingdom Come Deliverance is the synthesis. You know, it is the pure experience of a game. You have to be a patient gamer to fully enjoy this. You have to be someone who's looking for an immersive experience to fully delve into the character of Henry. And that is a slight negative that I will talk around. That is a slight negative I will talk about in my review, but I do think that Henry as a character is kind of stupid in some ways because he's so well written, he's so cool, and you know, especially if you've played the first game, you really get to know him and love his journey going from a simple dum-dum blacksmith's boy to now this kind of more chivalrous knight to a degree. But because it's a role-playing game, you can choose how you want Henry to be. If you want to be a smooth talker, you can do that. If you want to brute your way into everything and just be a big, you know, kind of intimidating bastard like someone out of Game of Thrones or something, you can do that as well. Or if you want, you know, just to be like a drunken idiot, you can also do that. But the problem is, with a game like The Witcher 3, it's not really a role-playing game, it's got RPG elements, but you're playing as Geralt, and no matter the dialogue choices you choose, you're always going to feel like Geralt, because it's all written with his character in mind. But because this is a true RPG game, which I really love, there is sometimes like a slight disconnect between Henry, your Henry, versus the Henry in cutscenes, okay? And I just feel like that has kind of been more obvious this time around because they have ramped up the RPG mechanics. Now that's not a complaint. I absolutely love the fact that there's more skill checks, there's more dialogue options, there's way more choices in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
What if I helped you out here? You'd have more free time, and there's a wounded nobleman at Talmberg who needs a proper physician.
If there's no one to heal, there's no one to help. And then they can come and help me, so, you know, let's just stab everyone during the night. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Step. Oh, that's it. Okay, fine. They're all with God now.
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
Anything more? All that's left now are corpses. Go! Get out of here.
Even simple things like wearing an item of clothing will change how the NPCs react to you and how you can pass certain skill checks and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is when there is a disconnect with the main story and your Henry. So I wish they closed that gap a little bit, but I just love the fact that there's so much more role-playing options. Quality of life, like I said, with just the textures, the graphics, the animations are so much better. The combat, like I just briefly talked about, it's way more fluid and dynamic. You know, they don't all gang up on you, they kind of take their turns, which is a bit unrealistic at times, but it does help pace out the combat a lot better, as you can see here. And just the way you interact with combat, you know, with the different combinations and the fluid animation system, and just the kind of hit detection is just way better compared to the first game. So that's all been redefined. Those are the three main elements that I see that has improved a lot with Kingdom Come Deliverance II. And finally, the quests. The quests are just a lot better. Like I said, they're going for more big, you know, kind of side stories, not just like little missions here and there. The quest lines themselves are usually grander in nature, and they deal with more interesting things, because if they don't just have to be fetch quests or stuff like that, they can be something cool and unique, like I said, finding out something supernatural going on in the world, just to find out that it's not, obviously, but a mystery and stuff like that. I truly love the layout of this game as well, like the elements, the art design, okay? It's just so accurate to the time period that it's set in. I love the fact that this is a deep RPG game with the choices, like I said, the skill checks and stuff like that, but not just that, your equipment, okay? This all matters a lot, how you level up your character, what you choose to stat into, and I'll talk about that more in my review, but I just think that this is a massive improvement compared to the first game. It's everything that I loved about the first game, but just doubled down, and that will be a problem for some people, because like I said, it's much better in the fact that it feels much more fluid, but it still restricts players who want to get into this, but they find it too realistic. Or the only problem, like I said, is for people who want to get into this game, who love the look of this, but actually don't really like the gameplay systems. You know, they have been conditioned by modern day gaming to be told exactly what to do at all times. They've been conditioned to have easy dopamine and, you know, just to go through a skill tree and a perk tree, and that's how you get OP, instead of actually learning, you know, the skills yourself and actually using that combat, actually using the skills that you develop over time to be a better player. It is skill-based, but it is also stat-based. So there is a kind of disconnect between those two elements, but Kingdom Come Deliverance II kind of unifies them very well, but only for the patient gamer, for a person who wants to learn this experience, who wants to truly immerse themselves into this world space. And it's not going to be for gamers who just want instant, you know, access and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like that is the good thing about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It just doubles down on what it was good at, but it also hasn't introduced mechanics to make it easier for new players, and I'm glad in a way that they did that, because you don't want to dilute the experience, but at the same time they could have just added a few things to make it just, you know, more easy to enjoy, like the save system, which doesn't really make much sense, but I'll talk about that in my actual review. So now let's actually talk about the predictions, what the reviews will be, and what is the gaming community saying about this game. I have heard some online discourse about this game going woke or something. I'm not really sure about any of that. If you guys could educate me down below in the comments, because I have not been keeping up with that whatsoever, because there's always grifters on the internet saying that everything has turned woke, and it's just as bad as the people that they pretend to be against, because either side you know, just kind of whining and complaining about something that not necessarily matters. It's different in a game where it's literally forced in, like Dragon Age, okay? Then it's a problem because it actually interferes with the storytelling of that in-game universe, but no way in hell is this game woke, because they are trying to be historically accurate. But like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it, so please let me know in the comments if there is some situation I don't know about. I, you know, might be ignorant on that fact. So just let me know. But I don't believe that's a problem, to be honest. I don't think that they're doing anything woke in this game from what I've seen. The other thing that the gaming community is discussing is that this game is basically going to be for a small player base. And I think that is true. Kingdom Come Deliverance was successful and it stood out by itself, you know, and it found its audience. But like I said, this game isn't doing anything to address the fact that there is a big player divide. You know, this isn't going to appeal to fans of Ubisoft games, for example, or people who even love Elder Scrolls or something like that. This is for a very particular audience that love immersive experiences, that are happy to put in a lot of time. I understand it's very difficult to find the time to fully sink into a game and learn all of its systems. That's why a lot of modern day games these days are designed around ease of access. But at the same time, that is diluting the experiences of gaming. So I don't necessarily think that they should reshape Kingdom Come Deliverance just to make it more accessible, but I wouldn't mind a version of this game, you know, not an easy mode, but something that's a little bit more stripped back. Because at times with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, as much as I love it, it's a game that takes a long time to really love. And sometimes those are the best experiences, but sometimes they can be frustrating. When I did my playtest, I found it incredibly annoying sometimes that, you know, just by walking off a small little hill, you know, I've hurt myself and then I can't walk for ages until, you know, I kind of regained my health, or I bandage myself up or something like that. Or if you eat too much, suddenly you're lethargic and you can't move because you've become a big fat bastard. You know, it's realistic, but it's ultra realism. You know, it's hyper realism. To me, that's not actually realistic, and it takes away from the moment to moment fun gameplay of engaging in this world. And that is a problem, and I think there should be settings. I think there should be settings in game to customize your survival experience of Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's my only complaint, and I do understand to a degree what some gamers are saying, but I don't want them to dilute the experience at the same time. So now, to round off this Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 reviews video, let's actually talk about the reviews of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They should be out very shortly. Like I said, lots of YouTubers have been sent codes to play it early, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, we can only talk, you know, about a certain number of things, obviously, until then, so just bear that in mind. But I think that this game, you know, so far it's very polished. I haven't seen major bugs or anything like that. It is still very difficult to get into. Like I said, it's something that gives you a lot of friction, and sometimes friction in video games can give you the best experiences. I'm recently having a massive fun blast with Dragon's Dogma 2, which I'm gonna do a whole separate video on, but that's a game all about friction, and so is this. This is a game that constantly gives you friction, but then when you do find something, when you do get good at something, or you discover something, it feels so much more rewarding because it's you doing it, and it's an immersive experience. And this is a proper RPG game, so I do think that this game is going to get good reviews for actual gamers, okay? It's going to get, you know, 9 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s from the kind of normie game journalists like IGN and stuff like that, but actually this is probably a 9 out of 10 experience. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is doing exactly what the gaming industry needs right now, and that is focusing on player expression, player freedom, choice and consequence, a game world that you can just fully go off and explore and experience. Not telling you how to experience this world, but letting you do that yourself. Focusing more on their particular vision instead of trying to placate to absolutely everyone. That's what the gaming industry needs right now, to focus more on smaller experiences. And by no means is this game small, but, you know, it's not trying to be a massive interconnected open world. It is open world, but they are in, you know, kind of sections, as it were. It's just doubling down on what makes it good, and the game journalists that aren't actual journalists, let's be honest, because many of them exist, or just grifters, will not like this game simply because it's trying to buck that trend. But I do see that more and more games are trying to do this, and this is the hope for modern day gaming, I believe, and that's why I think it will get 9 out of 10s. But as you know, I don't give you a score system, but I will be giving you my positives and negatives in my next video, so look out for that. Let me know what you think about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and if you're gonna get it or not. Subscribe if you're new. drop a small donation if you enjoyed this video to support the channel, as I am trying to do this full time, or check out my music on Spotify, or become a member to get access to a bunch of content. Yeah, anything that you can do to help out the channel, I would appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching, my wise ones, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.